Would you like to lead?
No, you go ahead.
So, yeah, a big investigation has revealed the hacking and disinformation a hacking and disinformation team in Israel has been meddling in elections and successfully meddling in elections. A team of Israeli contractors who claim to have manipulated more than 30 elections around the world using hacking, sabotage, and automated disinformation on social media has been exposed in a new investigation. The unit is run by Tal Hanan, a 50-year-old former Israeli Special Forces operative who now works privately using the pseudonym Jorge.
Which, okay, why?
Yeah, that's problematic. And appears.
I mean, it's problematic,
I
but it's
mean, at
also
least
stupid. It sounds
you've-
like he got it off of watching like the Netflix show about what the fucking drug guy.
Narcos?
Yeah, like he was at home watching Narcos and he was like, "I will be Jorge." Like, what the fuck, man?
You know who else it's like is when Anthony Weiner's secret name was Carlos Danger.
Shut up! It was not.
Yeah, and that was after the initial. That was after the initial dick pics.
Because
was
first of all, his real name was enough of a joke.
After the initial dick pics. He got back into sending sexts or sex chats to like women and under the name Carlos Danger. And Jon Stewart was like, and I have tons of criticism of Jon Stewart. By the way, he's now giving gold medals to Nazis at Disney World. That's not a joke. We've covered that. But so it's not like I love everything Jon Stewart does, but Jon Stewart during that time had been, I think, roommates with Anthony Weiner at William and Mary, or at least friends with. Maybe I can't remember whether it was roommates or not. But and even Jon Stewart was like tearing this apart. Like, really, dude? Really? You've been caught for sending dick pics, and now Carlos Danger sexting online. Like, anyway.
Okay, sorry, that was a bit of a tangent. I just found
bit of a tangent,
like a window into how like juvenile and lame this guy is. Anyway, carry on.
Jorge and appears to have been working under the radar in elections in various countries for more than 2 decades. Hanan and his unit, which uses the codename Team Jorge, all right, we're getting better, have been exposed by undercover footage and documents leaked to The Guardian. Hanan did not respond to questions and said, "I deny any wrongdoing."
Well, that's surprising. So yeah, and there was apparently they were able to get a undercover footage of him doing an initial pitch to potential clients, and he says, quote, we're currently involved in an election in Africa. We have a team in Greece and a team in the Emirates. We have completed 33 presidential level campaigns, 27 of which were successful, end quote. He said he was involved in 2, quote, major projects in the US, but claimed not to engage directly in US politics. Whatever that means. I don't know how you can do both of those things at the same time. Be involved, but not be involved.
I had campaigns in U.S. politics, but I wasn't involved in U.S. politics, all right, if you know what I'm saying.
I mean, so he was actually...
Don't forget it was a team. It's Team Jorge.
Sorry, Team
Not
Jorge.
just him.
Wouldn't that be Equipaje Jorge? Equipaje Jorge?
Sorry. Wait, I think you just said luggage. I think you just said luggage Jorge.
What a team!
I don't know. We better get to the bottom of this. Who speaks Spanish out there?
All right.
This is going to take her a while to look up because she's laughing so hard that the fingers aren't working as such. Yep, I got it right. I'm the one who does not speak Spanish.
I never said Spanish.
She just said like luggage Jorge.
Equipo. See, I wasn't that far off. Equipo.
All right, here, finally someone helped us out.
Look, okay, I never claimed to speak Spanish. And 2, I wasn't that far off.
Luggage Jorge. Hey, listen, can you imagine the phone calls? He's like, listen, you're talking to Luggage Jorge here. They're like, what is wrong with this guy?
Okay. You know what? All right. Okay, so any Spanish that I did have was a little rusty, I admit. Okay, I need to work on that.
People are requesting English only going forward.
I understand. I understand. So anyway. Okay. So Lee has actually talked quite a bit about Cambridge Analytica in the past, but it turns out that they're linked because emails, it says here, emails.
Should I give a background?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Just real quick, Cambridge Analytica is a British company with, you go over there and laugh for a second. British company with, but they have an American entity, or they've gone bankrupt, by the way, since then. But Cambridge Analytica was found to have influenced many elections. And for a while, they were bragging about it pre-Trump. And by the way, Steve Bannon was on the board or advisor or something for Cambridge Analytica. But pre-Trump, Cambridge Analytica did fucking TED Talks talking about how they had influenced 40 elections around the world. And like it wasn't untoward or illegal. They were just like, we've just got this great data resources. And it turned out they were stealing everyone's data from Facebook, and they ultimately got sued. Facebook also for allowing there to be a loophole that got Cambridge Analytica all that information has been forced to pay a fine of hundreds of millions or whatever it was. Probably nothing for them. But all of that goes on. Meanwhile, we're told Russia is manipulating our elections. No. And by the way, Cambridge Analytica, they had some influence on Brexit, but it seems unlikely they had any influence on U.S. elections. But they had influence on elections around the world. Anyway.
Right. So that's Cambridge Analytica. And it turns out that these two are linked because back in 2015, he asked for $160,000 from Cambridge Analytica for the involvement in an 8-week campaign in a Latin American country. It also turns out that the two worked alongside one another in 2015 in the Nigerian presidential race. So these two are linked, and yet I can't find anywhere anybody blaming Israel or England for fucking up elections. And this is now like very, very well documented. I mean, there's this is from The Guardian, by the way. And there's footage, there's leaked emails. So there's all this information that proves that this guy was doing what he was claiming to do. And yet there's no and if we are going to talk about Israeli interference in U.S. elections, I mean, we could just mention AIPAC. We don't even have to mention this fucking douche canoe over here.
Dude, AIPAC, by the way, folks, we're going over to, sorry to interrupt, we're going over to rumble.com/LeeCamp, completely free over there. Join us over there. Click follow at rumble.com/LeeCamp. If you're watching there, nothing changes. Okay, what I was going to say is AIPAC, like, they have so many different ways to influence elections. They threaten to remove their funding from politicians. They will fund competing politicians if you go against them. I mean, AIPAC influences countless U.S. elections, maybe all US, almost all U.S. elections, and they're not considered a foreign influence, apparently. Nope, not at all.
No, it's that's just, you know what, Lee? That's diplomacy. That's what that is.
Yeah, right. And they didn't have to register as a foreign agent either, AIPAC. So
that would be anti-Semitic if you made them do that.
That's very true. So there you go, folks.